Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Sakura Bunny Girls. My name is MS Punker1, and last video we went to Satomi's place to ask her what she knows about attack that was against Yuka and her area or hideout. And apparently as far as she knew, her company also wasn't involved. So the question is, who can it be? And after we reported back to Yuka that it wasn't Satomi's people, we then discovered after we had left that we apparently had a secret note left in our pocket, which told us to come back to the hideout at a specific point. So that is where we are now. Was this Yuka or someone else? Let's find out. Following the note's sole instruction, I show up at Yuka's hideout at 6 sharp. The street's not showing any kind of activity. Yuka isn't around either. This makes me wonder whatever that message was a big tease or even a trap from the mysterious attackers. I snort scoffingly. My far-fetched theories waiting patiently for at my far-fetched theories, waiting patiently for Yuka to appear. It's an open street that Yuka thinks highly of me. Open secret that Yuka thinks highly of me when I get street from. There's no way she pranked me like this. And as for the attackers, it's as if they vanished into thin air. Not a single neighbor was able to pick up on anything remotely useful, which means I'm running out of leads to follow. There's got to be a detail I'm overlooking. Either it maybe was one of her people, so it wasn't Yuka who left us that note, but one of the other people there. Or we have a fourth bunny. The fourth bunny will appear here in the end as a teaser for the second game, since I've seen there is Bunny Girls 2. So maybe we just found the fourth one. He has like I said, a teaser for that game. Nobody is perfect enough to leave absolutely no tracks behind. Oh, it is Yuka, okay, but in normal clothes. Never seen her in normal clothes. I don't think we have, at least. Looks good. I'm not going to lie, Yuka. I was tempted to. This case, my first case, is proving to be a nightmare. It might be complex enough for me to write a novel about it. Yeah, kinda. As long as we don't use the word rabbit hole, we'll be fine. Unable to resist the comicality of our comments, I end up bursting into laughter. Yuka's joining me shortly after. This topic truly escalated quickly. Fortunately for both of us, I know when to stop. There's more to life than getting the job done. However, I must ask, why did you invite me so fervently, Yuka? Suddenly finding that paper next to my phone gave me a scare. I'm guessing it says Bunny Girl on her cap, or her hat, so because I can see girl at least, and I guess the top one is Bunny. Only it is in Japanese, or looks almost more like a Russian. Yuka grins at me widely, not quite managing to conceal the sadness that her gaze conveying. Being at the top comes with many sacrifices. Sacrifices that sooner or later make you wonder if what you're enduring is worth the pain. Yep, I assumed as much. However, I have no idea what you have in mind. Good point. It'd be interesting to get to know Yuka, the regular girl. Questish smirk crosses her face before she moves to my side, clasping my hand surely but tightly as she guides me into the unknown parts of her neighborhood. She's insisted a lot about not raising any topics that have to do with work, which allows me to ask questions that were unthinkable or rather awkward before. Do you have any hobbies or something you like? This is quite a broad question, but I want to know if you have any hobbies or if you're passionate about something in particular. Old movies and shows? How old are we talking about? I opened my eyes in surprise, believing someone like Yuka would be into such dated entertainment. And how's that, Yuka? Do you prefer those over the current movies and shows? Ah, Yuka shakes her head. Devi there is there something, sorry, before letting out a giggle. Her response so very strange that I find myself with a confused smile on my face. VHS movies? Really? That's beyond outdated. But judging by how her nostalgic tone, she is clearly more into the experience than the content. What about this dishonest contract? Maybe I shouldn't track over bad memories, but remember you told me that your father signed a dishonest contract that got you evicted. Can I ask what happened? So more or less they bought their house. Yeah, so it was a mortgage, I guess. Yuka clenched her fists with fury, probably wishing that she could have 5 minutes alone with that pricked man. Unprickled man. Take into account that take into account what he did, he deserved it. You don't deserve it. Yuka snorts upon sharing these memories with me, prompting me to chuckle softly as I picture the scene. I bet that if she had recorded that it would have gone viral within seconds. Do you have any ambitions? Do you have any plans for the future, Yuka? Aside from managing your people, I mean. It's a perfect chance to think about it then. Well, that's a good idea. It's never too late to learn something new. What would you want to study though? There are so many possibilities. Yuka asks me a rhetorical question, but I opt to answer with a shrug, prompting her to snort comically. Sometimes the only difference between a street gang and a company is sharp suits people are forced to wear. Depending on the company, maybe, but otherwise I guess so. That's very generous of you, Yuka. Not many companies do that. Motivated by your own explanation, Yuka pumps her free fist, showing how solid her convictions are. If I did not know her as I do, I could perfectly see Yuka as the heroine of some superhero comic. Which in my opinion is truly amazing. What about your grandmother then? I noticed that your grandmother appears to be very important to you. Could you tell me more about her? She raised you? What about your mom and dad? Saddened by his reality, Yuka sighs loudly, her eyes misting up with tears that are begging to roll down her cheeks. However, Yuka prevents that from happening by brushing them with her hand, doing the impossible to smile at me as if nothing had happened. In person, not quite. We live in a small town away from the city, so the best I can hope for is video call. Which doesn't happen often since they are as busy as me. It is, yeah. But since what matters is staying in contact, I don't complain. Yuka reinforces her comment with a mischievous wink, holding bittersweet feelings about the situation with my family. Given how very much her family means to her, I highly doubt she'll be able to endure it. Eh? Are you sure this is the right place, Yuka? It's identical to your hideout. So that's why we've been turning left the whole time. Resisting the urge to chuckle impishly, Yuka takes me inside the familiar building, my expression clouded with bafflement as she does so. An appetite? Is there some kind of meal waiting inside? And what about her gang? Didn't she want to stay away from them tonight? One of my unasked questions is responded to as soon as we enter. Laying my eyes on a warehouse that's deserted. It's not a single soul in sight. What you expect from a seemingly abandoned place. Where is everyone, Yuka? The hideout was crowded this morning. Did you really say 4 reasons? Weren't they suspicious or something? That makes sense, I guess. I believe it's a world I never fully comprehended. Yuka's comparison is so nonchalant that I burst into laughter. I mind committing the mistake of balancing the differences between her and Mr. Himura. Unsettling wouldn't even begin to describe it if he wore similar suit to hers. Yuka doesn't stop joking around as she opens the door that leads to her bedroom. A mocking grin revealing that most of what she said wouldn't be true. I can totally picture her grandma being that nosy, with a complete stranger. My grandma would probably ask the same questions though. It's alright, Yuka. I consider myself more than satisfied with getting to have dinner with you, no matter how tasty it will be. Probably exaggerating the quality of the ramen she ordered from some distinguished restaurant. Yuka places a tray she hid on her bed. The bags that contain the bowls not having any kind of recognizable features. That's weird. Did she perhaps exchange the bags to keep the name of that diner secret? Probably yes. Famous brand allow printing their names everywhere. You sure have your hopes put on this food to claim that, Yuka. Where did you even get it from? Yuka narrows her eyes playfully while she tosses a pair of chopsticks in my direction, making me catch them mid-air. And then I sink them under the still boiling broth, fetching a sizable chunk of meat that I drive to my mouth. It takes my plate a few seconds to overcome the scorching heat. But in the end, an extremely powerful, delicious flavor invades it. Incredible! It tastes like an improved version of traditional ramen. People would form mile-long lines just to have a single slurp of that. Lifting her head to better remember the past, Yuka chuckles softly as I continue to guzzle down the ramen. The contents of the bowl dangerously low when I decide to reply. So your grandma cooked this for us. That was very nice of her. Even more so since she's retired, right? Upon saying that, Yuka smirks me wickedly, hinting that their food would have special ingredients better left untold. Despite her hatred, Yuka wouldn't dare to poison those people, but adding a couple of laxatives sounds like something she fancy doing. I guess that would have had a similar effect. What a threatening cook she'd be, to bankers at least. Which makes me feel very thankful she's no longer think I'm one of their ilk. Spending the rest of the night glued to the toilet doesn't sound enchanting in the slightest. Encouraged by its suc- suc- succulent flavor, Yuka and I emptied our respective bowls of ramen faster than we wanted. Both of us full, but still craving for more. Unfortunately for us, her grandmother didn't cook anything else, so we decided to take it easy, lay on her bed and resume chatting. It's been pleasantly and entering entertaining getting to know Yuka this much. Definitely love to hear more stories about her and her family. You don't? Why? Since your grandma is the cook, you could literally have this ramen every night, Yuka. Yuka giggles at her comment with a bit of gloominess attached to her laughter, suggesting she prefers to share every single meal with her family. Leadership truly is taking a lot from her. Both are true, but to be honest, it depends mostly on who invites me, Yuka. Most of the days I have to eat alone at my apartment, but on some others I get to eat outside with company. It was you tonight, and I'm glad because I dislike eating in front of an empty seat. Yuka accompanies her teasing remark with a nudge to my shoulder. Confidence so strong that she's not even going to ask if that's the case. However, her narrow gaze gives away that she's about to ask something else. I think she wouldn't that like the bottom one, so... Gotta say, I had a sneaking suspicion it'd be a lovely meeting. Even more so since I knew that the invitation came from you. So in a way, you're right, Yuka. Upon uttering that, Yuka inches closer to me, resting her hand sensually on my leg. Intentions are more than glaring now. How mean I would be if I took the bottom one. Since I have a feeling what she's hinting at. As long as it's with you, anything goes, you can. Your choice. Is inclined to draw the curious eyes of Yuka's gang and raise many embarrassing questions. I exit her bedroom and warehouse at dawn, early enough to find myself alone in front of the building. I'm guessing that if we had the uncensored version, we would maybe have seen some fun stuff. I still can't believe attackers disappeared, leaving nothing behind but tire tracks. And how come nobody saw them get away from the neighborhood? The cars were huge and impossible to miss. Plus, gunshots don't go unnoticed that easily. The case is getting cold and I barely begun. She punched me hard if she heard me say this, but it's almost disappointing that Satomi isn't involved. That way there would be some sort of lead to follow at the crime scene. Wait for a second there. Crime scene? There's no crime scene. And it's been 2 whole days since the incident already. An army of cops and the media should be snooping around like I'm doing right now. Why aren't they here? Why is nobody investigating but me? That makes no... Suddenly this discovery triggers me to snap my fingers in realization. The case burning hot once more. The neighbors must have called the police when they heard the shots. Anyone would have done that in an instant. Yet no curious cruisers came to see what was happening and tend to the emergency. That sounds terribly suspicious. To a point where police might have something to do with the raid. I asked the cops directly about it, though that lead only to my detention or a mysterious disappearance. Fortunately for me, I'm not the perfect girl for asking such dangerous questions. Again, I'm actually surprised that this is so long as it is, because I have to end it again here. because of time. I thought that I actually would have reached the end right now. So this game was way longer than I expected. But I'm not wanting it to end either, really, because it's fun. But still, it feels like going by the trophies. I would have reached the end by now. But anyway, hope you liked this video, and if you did so, you like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.